Who doesn't love bubblegum? From the pops to the flavor, everyone just loves this weird and wiggling substance. At our famous Quandrix College, Simic engineers have created the next evolution in gum. Regular bubblegums have only one color, but not ours. Grimly harvested from the prismatic trees of Yavimaya, our wild mongrel bubblegum can do something no others can. Change color! Discard your old brand for something new and watch it change colors while you chew. Wild Mongrel Bubblegum. Certified Prismatic. Available at these fine stores.
All right. It's Saturday. We're here to play some Pauper, and I'm bringing back one of my old favorite aggro lists, Blue Blitz. I call her Granny Choji from Naruto fame, the Jukai Elder, I think, the old lady that has prowess, and I really like that looter il-Kor ability it had in getting extra lands, but in the end, I just needed more evasion. So I went back to a very close to the old way I used to play at list. Played Magic Sharasma and Cooper the Red. Thank you for joining me nice and early. So we got 17 basics, 4 Delver, 2 Peaks, 3 Charms, 4 Ponder, 4 Preordain. This, I really was trying to skimp on these, but in the end, it really does get you what you need to go for the throat in the end there. 4 Vapor Snags, 4 of my favorite card, Mutagenic Growth. As you saw at the top of the show. One of my other favorite blue creatures, Elusive Spellfist. This becomes unblockable once you do anything other that's not creature or land. And this is the weakest card in the list, and this is what I was messing around with, the Jukai Elder or whatever her name is, the 1/2 with prowess. I do like that she gets tougher and that she can cycle through your islands, but everything in the world blocked her, and just never really enjoyed seeing it. And plus, we actually don't have that good of a fairies matchup, and this provides a nice blocking body for sprites and stuff. Not that that's a great game plan, but it does buy you a few tempo turns. For Snap, probably one of my favorite blue cards in Pauper is this Infiltrator il-Kor. I love this thing. You cast it, it comes out with haste 3/1, and sometimes I protect it with things like Clouded Dominus in the past and things, but this time we're just going all in with this. And I was messing around with a build with 4 Disrupts with the cool Michael Faraday Art Cage, and then 4 Dispels. What I found is that this deck likes to go sideways with everything and kind of go all in all the time and do stuff now, not be reactionary. You want to this is one of those be the problem lists. So that's why I went with our only counter magic is 2 foils. At 17 lands, we can stop at obviously 4, because then you can hard cast foil, but it's a really nice trick to have when you can tap all out and still have a hard counter in your hand. So I only went with 2 of those in the old respect call out days of, when people would play days with a Z. Anyway, in our sideboard, went all in against red. Actually, we didn't. I took one out at the last minute. I'm going 3 blast, 4 Hydroblast for all the red out there, and believe it or not, a lot of times it's not enough, as many of you know. I made the concession there. I was running 8 total, but I wanted to get in some dispels against just things maybe a lot of counter magic style things, and just trying to get a little bit more flexible there. 4 Spreading Seas is the homage to all the gates running around, and never hurts to snag a Karoo or Tron. And then we got 2 Stormbound Geist. So yeah, this is my my cool little list here. Everybody's in the chat. Hey, thank you for bad at Commander 19. I like it. I'm pretty bad at that myself. So yeah, I'm gonna see if we can been playing quite a few of you in the little fun rooms. I know I ran into Diakuba and he really liked the look of this list the other day, so I told him I was going to play it today. Ayukara, good to see you. And yeah, there's the list. And if you're really old school on Pauperganda, you're going to know this list. I played it like 2 years ago. Without further ado, we'll see what we can do. We will keep. I'm always so tempted to play with Peak. I love that card. I mean, I had a really fun Odyssey block myself, but oh my God, I just love that card. I mean, now that Gitaxian Probe's out, it does draw a card. I like it. Good times. Oh, hopefully it's not laggy for anybody else. Let me know if it is. I haven't really done anything different. And, you know, I messed around with the brainstorm idea with this, but with no shuffle abilities. I just, you know, when the Delver flips, it flips. I'm good with it. I'll power this out here. We'll suspend it, and I'll just sit back. Good times. Yeah, I know last week's show at the very, very end, it just completely, first time I've ever had a crash with this, this software. So hopefully everything goes smoothly today. It sounds like it's getting a little slow for some of you out there, but keep me informed. Maybe I'll have to rebuild everything again. Yeah, that was like the super delay. All right, let's see what the Delver wants to reveal first. They should really rename Delver. Nope. And we'll let this flip over. Yeah. Okay, let's make sure this thing flips next time. Or we could just come in and kill that thing. Make him trip that to kill a Delver. That would be pretty funny, right? We'll rock here with Ponder. I'd rather use my Piracy Charm as a removal spell there. Alrighty, let's do this. Wait a minute. I go this, and then we draw. That'll be right. This. Nope. We'll draw the Strix. We'll flip the Delver next turn. And we'll try to do some damage next turn. Yeah, just got Elder. That was the one. I was playing it for the whole week. But like I said, when I looked at my win-loss column, almost all of them were like against... Life gain's a pain. Elves can be a pain. I've actually beaten elves more than I thought I would, though. But the other thing was... yeah, any sort of fairy variant. It was always like I got them to 3 or 4 life, and it was kind of anybody's game, but it was a win-loss column, and unfortunately the L was there a little bit more often than the W was. So that was my logic anyway. All right, time to flip and come on in for like 9. Of course, you never know what's going to happen here. We will say, okay, that'll flip. This will come down with haste. We'll do at least 9 here. Click on our little shadow man. Even the art's cool. Just kind of burning into a void. All right, we're drawing. We're doing stuff. Might consider keeping this back. Let's ponder first and see why we don't really like counterspell in this style of list. Even Dispel. For every time it saves you, you just kind of want more proactive cards in your hand here. Well, we don't really worry about... we'll say no to that. We'll try and kill this now. Well, I don't know. We might be able to just kill him. Could ponder again. Let's do that. Okay. We definitely want to trip that seal now. Ooh, I like this. And we can stop anything from happening if we put that foil back in our hand, but it's going to cost us. Hey, no. All right. Let's, should we try to kill this? Let's see. That'll be 3, 6, 9. This will go to 11, 12, 14, 15, almost. So let's play it safe here and say, wait, cancel. I think I've clicked too many times on stuff. Let's put this on here, make them use this stuff now. And I think we're going to have to use that mutagenic on the foil here and play a little possum here. Okay, so it survives, but if you can notice, it doesn't block anything. This list is all about evasion. See, if this was that grandma with prowess, it's just wasted damage. So you can see why I went with the Strix here. We got to keep that island in our hand, and we'll just attack here. Yeah, he's gonna. That thing gets trample anyway, so I'm not about the block here. 5 cards in his hand. I'm thinking I'm just gonna use that mutagenic defensively. Let's see if we can get there. I know, just give a Shadow Mage Infiltrator already. I went golfing with my wife the other night. Oh my God. I always have this death grip, even when I play Nintendo with the kids when they were little and stuff, and I just cannot, I don't know what it is, but man, my hand is still sore from my golf grip, and we were at the driving range for about 2 hours, and man, I was like, next day I was like, well, my mouse clicking finger feels fine, but this sure doesn't. I think that might be worthy of a counter spell. See if he sees this coming. Boop, boop. Now we just see what the fates will give us. Do we win? Do we lose? Who knows? Yeah. Foiled again. See, you can't do that with counterspell. They'd be at like 15 life. It's a tough, what's the word? Concession. It's a tough concession to come to that. Part of me really hates foil, but when you look at what the deck wants to be doing all the time, it's a proactive counterspell, and in a world without days, I don't mind it. Are we gonna live? Does he got a mutagenic for the win? He does not, or she. You never know. Alrighty. Well, we have a blocker. Let's try and get there. Let's come on in with 6. No, if you can deal with 1, might mean the difference of life or death. We definitely chose correctly, not using mutagenic on offense. He's holding it for defense, but we shall see. Yeah. All right. Game's over. I promise. Either their turn or ours. Let's see what they got. So many cards win them the game here. Rancor, chief among them. They do not have Rancor. Interesting. Ram through could be a thing here. I see no reason to not just double block here. Battle of Wits. That'd be amazing. You never know. Fearing, I guess Ram through still gets there. Ichor Claw is such a good card. When you're playing Infect, it's always good to see that one. This is a deck that just can get there. It's really, really, really close to being tournament worthy. But like I said, its Achilles heel is it's one of those lists that's incredible at doing like 25 to 30 damage on like really fast for a blue deck. I mean, it's insanely good at it. But you know, one Weather the Storm, one Pulsa Marasa, and you're just like, you're hurting. So we will start with a W there. Alrighty. Well, the spell will like to show its hand here. I love Piracy Charm here. I like Peak. I like all of our bounce. What don't I like? I kind of like everything. Everything seems amazing. Do we even put into spell? I don't know. I love the free info of Peak, but I'd rather be able to counter stuff. Be nice to know what we're countering, but I still want to stay a bit aggro there. I think we're just going to keep like this. Boop. Let's go. Yeah, the contrarian enemy is always trying to play blue without counterspell or fairies. How you like that? Oh, speaking of which, there's a really cool tournament coming up. Gosh darn it. I apologize to La Conquista. That is the one thing I forgot to load for today's show. The good news is the tournament's over a month away, but it's going to be a Pauper Brewfest tournament with a whole new, like, well, the cards that are banned now, but then we went and banned, like, pretty much like Kiln Fiend, Lightning Bolt, Spell Stutter, Ephemerate, you know, just kind of 2 of each color that went through. It was my suggestion, and then he did it, and so I think it'll be a really fun tournament. But I think Shirazamon or Chimpskey have the link for that. If you want to go check that out and sign up, it's in the end of August. We'll have a full graphic for it next time. But all right, guys. Well, we're on the draw. We don't have any threats. We've got bounce, and we've got a way to dig for stuff. Tempted to keep this just because we have so many options, but if we do have the snap. I mean, we have to weather that storm. We have one answer and a lot of finding. I'm actually going to keep this. As a very strange keep, but I want to try to exhaust their options. Not what I wanted to see, but we can at least get a... All right, good. We'll dig deep with Ponder here. Maybe we'll find a foil, because right now, you know, we just don't need that many lands, so... All right. Oh, that was a tricky little stack. Well, I like this a lot. I've got double snap. We don't... if we can survive till next turn, I guess we could do that, right? Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. The more I think about that, the less I want that now. I'm going to shuffle. Damn it. Last thing we wanted. I want like a Piracy Charm. I want 2 ways to deal with that, because Vines of Astwood's going to send us packing real quick. Might have Volcrocia snuck through a lot of people's little list because everybody was so high on Swiftspear, but I'd love to see it too. I got the awkwardest of hands, and I'm not helping with my decision trees here. Come on. All right. Keep it honest. Let's hit for 1. No, I don't want to see an Echo Claw here. And when they get double threats going, it's nasty. We tried Obsessive Search. Yes, I have. I have. I've tried Opt. I've tried all kinds of things. In the end, with this style, Peak always gets the nod with me. I really like it. Hey, Andre. Greetings from Italy, and back at you. Thanks for joining us. Okay, well, mutagenic aside, I'd rather kill the Myrrh, so I'm going to snap this and hope it works. Mutagenic's not going to have anything to say about this. You just kind of have a stultified turn here. Yeah, let me just try to kill this now. Should have preordained there. I could have found a foil if he's got a mutagenic. Reset our hand here a little bit. I like both of these. We'll say top, top. Yo, top, top. And now that we have that flood problem and we look completely like a wounded little creature on the side of the road that needs attention, we have a rabid bite in the option of foil, and this is the kind of foil that you love when you're just flooded. This deck only needs a few lands, so I'm just going to try to get rid of the threats. She's got mutagenic and such, so yo, welcome Orange is in the house. I like that name, Bandit Commander. That's pretty funny. This is just all tempo all the time. We're just trying to buy turns. It'd be nice if we had a threat we were pecking at him with, but let's go see if we can find one. Preordain, there's something. We'll say bottom. This isn't very much, is it? I'm going to say bottom on this. Cool. Let's see if he's got... Yeah, this is Chimpskey. He didn't have the mutagenic last time, so they would have had to top deck it. Let's see if we can kill this now. Yay! Staying alive, staying alive. Oh, did you share the list? So we've killed 3 creatures. Oh, they keep coming. All right. We have no threats though, so this just one of those. He's probably going to top deck a Crochet or 3. Yeah, I don't see us, even though we've really kind of held our own here. We have no threats on board. There's a threat. I'm just going to do this for tempo. I'm going to stop stuff from going down. Just keep them frustrated. It's got a Vines now. I love this play. Okay. I mean, that's like a lot of our life. We don't get our core out, but can't block with them anyway. I think I would have let that be returned. I think they were just frustrated from having so much stuff bounced or messed with that they just wanted to get in. Who knows? I'd much rather wait a turn and hit for 7. Heck, at that point, I would be... We've already shown our Piracy Charm. Oh, boy. And the land to keep them coming. All right. Well, the good news is Piracy Charm will truly kill. Yeah, we're going to game 3 easy. Yeah, the Pauper Brewfest. It's a pretty cool idea. I think he's funding it out of his own pocket, and just a nice way to, if you're in a Pauper, but you're tired of the same old things, and you want to, like the title suggests, a Brewfest, right? Everybody's there to brew and try stuff that's new. I'll have to remember to put that in the video link description for YouTube later. I'm going to do the old bluff move here that never works, but sometimes you can buy yourself some time. And since, Piracy Charm doesn't really do the damage, it gets around the old Infecto trigger. All right. So we're dead on board real soon here. Yeah, we're going to game 3. I'll just write the L right now. Opponent probably thinks we got a handful of tricks, but we all know I don't. Yeah, sometimes at 17 lands, I almost wonder if I should go to 16, but... Oh, this is so over. We squished him game 1. Who's to say what would have happened if we mulligan? We might have a threat on board, but I think there was enough critters there that we would have been dead earlier, but end result's still an L for game 2 here. Save a little face and attack him with this, right? Oop, bam. And out we go. Okay, concede. We can't even block if we wanted to because our guy has shadow. Sometimes my evasion reach goes too far. I kind of missed seeing peak there. Mutagenic's just a completely free spell here. I think we're going to keep everything how we've got it. I even like the Strix here for the defensive pump so we can at least block a little chunk there. Very tempted to bring in peak, but I think all of our other options on board are better. Let's just see how we go. And away we go. Come on now. One critter. Probably get there with, not with one Strix, but a 3-land keep and double bounce. I think we got to keep this. Not that interactive of a hand. We don't really have any draw. But 2 snaps are hard to say no to with, Infect World. Just hope that it's like a first turn Llanowar Augur. Even better. We can breathe. We can get a creature out and stick around. I know I'm going to get a collective eye roll from a lot of you, but I'm telling you, actually, usually I always lead with Spellfist, but against Infect, it might be better to keep this back as defense and lead with Strix. I think I'll play with that route. But if I was to wave a wand and ban stuff, things like Snap are a little... I just think they're tempo incarnate. I love it, but man, it's just such an unfair card, especially when you start putting in Karoo lands and such. Obviously don't think it's ban worthy, but man, I don't know. It's close. Not in today's climate, but if you were to really go at it and with a fine-tooth comb and try to make each color kind of, because there's really no other color alternatives for that, in the fact that no other colors seem to be able to do that. You could argue white a little bit with the ability to reload its hand and Squadron Hawk effects and stuff. A little bit of a parallel there, but yeah, even what I'm surprised doesn't see play. Actually, I'm not. It costs hard 4, but as Rewind, I always thought like, oh boy, it's along that same list where you're just thinking like, okay, I'm just gonna do this to buy turns here. Same sort of a mechanic here. I'm gonna still drop the Strix because I plan to block with the Elusive Spellfist. Next turn we'll do the same thing and the Mutagenic and try to get in some respectable damage. Like normally it's reverse of this. My Spellfist is the one that smashes people, and then my Strix are the blockers in a lot more common matchups, but get it. But anyway, being that this is Infect, I've got to really respect the backside of my critters. Ban Skred, says Whiskey Fool. I'm glad Whiskey Fool's back. I love it. Love the enthusiasm. Love the name. All right. Down it comes. Oh, to top deck, just a Piracy Charm. Trick them into using a Vines, and then bang. Well, I guess Seal of Strength would have something to say about that. Ooh. So now the problem is if we snap and they Vines, we don't really have much of an out. Let's see what we can find. Oh my goodness. Can we just get there 2, 4? No. I gotta go crazy with this, right? Let's try and go all in. See if we can get there. Does he have the vines? Oh my goodness. He does not. There's our blocker. Attack! I think we just keep it like this. Keep them thinking they're safe. That's the spirit. Crunch. Always tempted to run gut shot in styles like this, but not with all the mountains running about. Like I said, there is so much red out there that you can just go all in like I have. I've lost games with 4 Hydroblasts and drawn like plenty of them. It's as you all know, it's the Red Menace. Oh, this is fun. We'll do this. Bloop. We'll just do it at sorcery speed. I guess they could have a fog. Haven't seen that since about 2007. Back when Hornet Sting used to be played because Gutshot didn't exist. Any old timers out there remember that? Woo! And why not? We'll spread out the wealth. It's pretty respectable for a blue deck as far as aggro goes. Radihype! Hey, Thiago Fuente, thanks for joining us as we smash in with Sky Theater Strix with the card frame of matching. My Blue Blitz aggro style list. Very avant-garde, which is what this channel is all about. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Woo! Good times. Thank you for the raid. That's a first. As we smash in for 18. Unblockable. Undeniable. Unknowable. Crunch. Go get you some. Fog for the win? All right. Woo! Yeah. All right. Let's create here. See what we're going to run up against next. Might be a pretty quick show as far as shows go. As we look at the list here, we're playing this cool new counter spell. Not new. Foil. Nice little foiled surprise. Because counter spell is too slow and reactionary. We are going all in, front side, and going from that. Now watch. Cooper the Red's going to snipe me. Not, I don't mean snipe. I mean he's going to come at me with life gain. All right. We don't have any way of really fixing this hand, so we're going to mulligan it. We like this. We'll keep it. I prefer snap over the snag. So we'll put back snag. Say done. And hope for the best. Woo! Here we go. One cooler thing about Mutagenic 2 is with a lot of our critters and the prowess ability, it tends to keep... one Mutagenic tends to live through even galvanic blasts with a lot of stuff with respects to something like Elusive Spellfist and such. So very cool. Chid 3's in the house. All right. Well, Mutagenic's not going to have anything to say about that. Let's try this out. I'll bring out the Spellfist in case you know what's in the agenda. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if we can get there here. A little reprieve from the governor. There comes some artifacts. Hey, Didi Mata. Hello from Brazil. I'm back at ya. Hello from the States. Sure. I'll keep the firepower up. I think I'll wait on any sort of obnoxious moves here until we can turn on the fun boys. Good times. Let's see what we got here. Oh, well, we're out of cannonade range, which was no mistake of mine. All right, I'm going to go try to find a land here and trip up our prowess. Don't want to invest too much into the board here. Stack. Get out of the way. Well, we like this. Actually, I don't know if I like Delver here. Say bottom, top. We'll keep that in our hand. We can pitch stuff. We'll just go on here with this. And I guess we could... We'll keep things straight up like this. Here we are. Hey, Didimata, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you really like high-end content, go check out our YouTube videos. We've got all kinds of Pauper MTG spoofs. That's kind of what we're known for, is little things like, well, at the top of the show we had Wild Mongrel chewing gum, which changes colors as you chew and things like that. So, all right, that's a flyer representing a ping pong life here. I don't know if countering this is counter happy, but I just want it for tempo's sake. So we'll do this, getting rid of this, and probably snap. Nice to do that on our turn, but we can't. Boop. Hey, look at this. Let's just get in for a lot of damage here. Or do we invest even more? Let's invest even more. Like I said. There's probably a cast down or 3 in our future. We'll try to go just nuts next turn. Go from there. Booyah. The Vampire Sovereign. Foil's such a, like, if you watch anime and stuff, they always do that weird, in Japanese cinema, they always do that weird little hiccup, like, that should be the quote for, or the flavor text for foil. Just because people are just, going along with their day, and then it's like, oh, wait, what? Cannonade. All right, well, it's still just a 1-for-1 here, but I'd rather keep my dude. So we'll bring this up here. Keep our guys. It's an ornery little list, I tell you. All right, let's see what we can see. See. And we'll put these both up here. Move the stack in the clear. Yield to this, and let's peek. Show us what you got. Deadly Dispute. We got nothing to worry about. I tells you. Of course, we don't really have much of anything in our hand, do we? I think that island's better kept as a mystery. And since we're all free and clear, let's just pump this up. Get in damage while we can. We are coming over for 8. That's pretty respectable. Need to practice a Turbo Falky showcase to punish all the red lists at the locals, says Bad at Commander. Nice. Yeah, well, there's some... there's an updated list I know that's been seeing the challenges and stuff. That's no joke either. So what do we got? Deadly Dispute showing up. Yep. Kill that. We're into the unknown lands. Opponent's at 5 life. Let's hope they can't gain any life. Nani? Yeah, that's right, Chitri. Yeah, they do that too. That's right. See, life gain is what we don't want to see. I've already seen a Vampire Sovereign, and now the vampires here. Not good. And this is not something you really want to be bouncing, right? All right. Well, we've at least got the Strix in hand. It feels like it's getting away from us. We really needed to top deck something good there, like a Ponder into like a Mutagenic, and then probably could have shut the door there, but it still might happen. But now we're still a dead dog to a lot of others. Okay. Cannonade. Ouch. That one does hurt us. Come on over for 10. Yeah, I could trade here, but then we're still losing. There's a really out chance that we can still pull this off. I'll dismiss this. Cascade put an end to our shenanigans real quick. Winning, and then... All right, this is how it starts. Come on, baby. The little engine that could. Oh, not like that. Couldn't do anything with that. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Well, we got a blocker, but we're going to need like 8 blockers. All right, Cooper takes that one. Let's call it, yeah, Rakdos. Okay, down that game. What to bring in. These aren't going to be as good because of what's that little loading cannon, sacrifice an artifact sort of thing. Piracy Charm can go. I'll get rid of Peak. I want to bring in a lot of hate here. Yeah, a lot of our bounce is not going to be that good here. I do want to keep in Snap for the tempo aspect of it. And I'm not sure if we want to pick on their lands, but hey, let's try it. It might be fun. We'll throw those in. These are cool. Hydroblast always before Red Elemental Blast, because you can always point them at anything and make them work. I think I'll lose foil for this game. Maybe get it down to 1. MVP. Flying. I think I can... I hate losing these guys, but I'm going to go down to 2 of them. They're definitely the most fragile here, and there's a lot of hate, and Mutagenic's not going to save them from much. So we'll bring in all of our 3 blasts. Yeah, munitions really makes it short work of the Infiltrator. So in decks with that, I tend to take it out. You know what? Let's stay real honest here. We're going to go like this, put in something that's very hard to kill. Of course, we can't really block with it. And I guess 1 Dispel. Let's try this out. I always like this card. Always replaces itself, and sometimes it just wins games when you get like an early Delver and stuff out. Top deck it later, it replaces itself. You know, what you gonna do? Good times. Ooh. Alrighty. Yeah, we want to play first. Let's see what we got here. 2 lands, 1 critter. We can protect it though. This is a really iffy keep. We don't have any way to draw stuff. What says the chat? I actually think I might pitch this. We got a pretty interactive hand, but we just need to draw like ponders and such. We'll keep. We ain't playing for keeps. Let's go. Booyah. Nani. Yeah, but the nani in Naruto and Japanese anime lore sometimes just turns into like this surprised grunt. They're like, ugh. And that's what my kids and I do all the time when stuff like that happens. So, like I said, that would be very good flavor text on that. Do you recognize your opponent's name? Oh yeah, Cooper the Red's friend of the show, and I watch his channel at work all the time. Good times. Keeps me busy when I'm bored. All right, we've got an embarrassment of riches. Let's see if we can make it pay. Keep this alive with Mutagenic at the cost of our life, but woo, good times. Yeah, Cooper was actually showcased in one of our spoof commercials. We did a Pauper Derby, which was a horse race based with Pauper names that just, oh man, that's like the one thing we really didn't want to see here. We got 1 threat, a lot of ways to protect it except against edicts. But yeah, he was the infamous jockey, so he's been with us for a long time. Very good times. Hey, all right, cool. Oh, we got another option. Let's go. Come on, let's get a land like a ponder. Some way to start fixing our progress here. Come on. PK Pit. You want a mold? Yeah. We really got no plays around the God dang it. Like they know it's in our hand. This is terrible. All right. Come on, Red. Show up. I don't really even mind missing the drop there. I just need a critter. Spellfist would be nice here. What do we have? What do we got? All right. Creature, please. Creature, please. Okay. Land, please. Land, please. We'll just do this to try to buy some sort of tempo. I do have a handful of cards, and draw 1 instead, please. Let me be the griffin on a video. Oh. Yeah, you know, I was just looking at that griffin that becomes like a 4/4 if I think it says if you griffin rider, right? If you control a griffin. I've always been trying to bust that with mechanics. Come on, list. I could block and kill that with the Geist if we can get it out. I think the last time Cooper jumped on a stream and fought us, I had really bad luck too. I'd like to see that, Griffin. I'm always curious about those. What is this new devilry? Yep. We need black elemental blast for this matchup. Opponent's drawing good, and we are not. And we are taking the business end of this. Yikes. Well, we can try to keep them alive. Problem is, we've seen a lot of black removal, and Cooper knows a lot of my playbook when it comes to that. So, especially knowing the list, I'm sure he probably took out a lot of the red spells, and so we might be playing right into them knowing our list and not vice versa. Propaganda, La Conquista. I apologized earlier. I forgot to load your graphic, but we did already pimp out the show there, so I'll throw this out and go to the next one. Actually, I'm going to go get some more coffee, and I'll be back right after this.
Welcome to Sideboards Explored, Mass Removal. Crypt Rat's capability to kill everything on the board is awesome. Make sure to master the multiple activation tricks to get rid of pesky undying critters in one swoop, or try triggering for 0 damage versus impatient adversaries. Krark Clan Shaman is the man for removal if you're playing a lot of disposable artifacts. Entering for 1 mana is huge when facing off against an overzealous opponent. Suffocating Fumes demands respect in Pauper. Since it doesn't actually do damage, it's almost impossible to prevent. On top of that, it even cycles. Martyr of Ashes is often forgotten in red decks and sideboards. While it often doesn't activate for more than 2 or 3 damage, if designed around, this card can be an unexpected and absolute backbreaker. Evenkar's Justice is the only repeatable mass removal option in Pauper. Since most Pauper creatures are often at or under 2 toughness, this shines early and is devastating once its buyback cost is payable. Fiery Cannonade is the best instant mass removal spell in the game of Pauper. Be careful, however, as this can also eliminate your own creatures if they're not of the pirate persuasion. Fade Away is tricky to pull off, but in the right list and at the right time, it gives blue access to something that it shouldn't have: mass removal. Finally is a card that will surprise many of you, and it is the only card to be featured in 2 categories: Prismatic Strands. If you have access to white mana, you should be running this. It can often act as 2 Wrath of God effects if you optimize your white blockers in combat.
Danger excites me, but I can't fully enjoy it when I smell like beer and body odor. So I prepare myself with a manly scent of Standard Bearer Danger Zone. Because bad things will happen to a Standard Bearer man, but it won't smell like something bad.
Because the secret to smelling clear is a trumpet.
And when you smell of Standard Bearer Danger Zone, trust me, you'll smell like you have nothing to worry about.
You smell like you look
amazing, I know.
And we're back. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We are screwed. We've got 4 Preordains, 4 Ponders, and thank you for that, Griffin MTG. Oh yeah, see now, Griffin, that's what I'm talking about. If you go to our YouTube channel, there's 50 custom commercials because I'm a trailer video editor by trade, and so for years I've been doing custom MTG commercials trying to get Wizards' attention, and it's been falling on deaf ears. But you guys all get to enjoy it. Mulligan. So it's a lot of fun. We'll keep this because we've got a Ponder and a lot of critters. Keep it. Woo! That one took forever. Hey, Putrid. Awesome to hear from you from Poland. Very cool. All right, let's see what we're going to put back. We're a little flooded with the Strix here, so we'll do that. Go like this. Lead off with a Delver and just hope we get lucky. We're going to get lucky regardless, because if we get a land, we're kind of lucky that way too. So we'll throw this out. Looks nice and naked, but we've got mutagenic clothing behind it, right? Woo! Yeah, we try. Sometimes those commercials take me months, sometimes the graphics and such, but ooh, don't like that. Don't take our Ponder, please. I'm going to do a lot of the voices from a lot of my friends and sometimes fans of the show. We've used a few times. I've got an acting background too, so I know quite a few voice actors. Good times. I'm glad they took mutagenic. An island, we will not reveal that. We will say, okay, play this. I'm just going to set up, seeing that we're up against swamps. Might have an edict in our near future. We'll go like this and keep it set. Bum, 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 bum. Here we are. Flying team. Let's just flip that over. Don't want to reveal a foil, that's for sure. Then we get foiled, right? Foiled again. Oh, breath weapon, yeah. Well, we've already done galvanic blast breath mints, but I like where your head's at, Griffin MTG. Yeah, at the top of the show, we've had we have another commercial loaded up because I don't have them all right here. I program them, but we've got one coming up a little bit later. We have a Pauper Zodiac with all the 12 signs and all kinds of stuff. We've got, but like as far as commercials go, Flame Tongue Hot Sauce is one of our best ones. I don't know. What does the chat say? You guys have any favorites? We've got Arkham's Astrolabe Warehouse for when those came out. And then it got banned, but we still play it because it just took too much damn work to pull the thing off. All right, we will say yes to the Ponder as we get in for some damage. We'll throw out the Ponder first. Make our little birdie nice and taloned up. Sharpen its talons. How would you say? Deal 4 damage to any meal. That's right. That's the best. All right, cool. Let's go like this. Shuffle library? No. We want to play another critter. Let's race. There is a pestilence in our future. We're screwed either way, so let's try to just kill him. That's a good one, Cooper the Red. Almost anything, yeah. I dig it. I've been working on Glinthawk security because there was a commercial I worked on where I've got quite a few of the things already built in a cool looking hawk, but I've just been so busy lately that, like I said, sometimes those commercials take me months. And but like I said, we've got, I think, 49 or 50 of them now. Alrighty. My prediction was right. Pain. Alright, let's do this. Try to find another critter. We're about 2 turns from losing all of our dudes. Yeah. That's just curious. Last card drawn. Let's see. No. I'll bring this out here. Hope it flips. It probably won't. But we do have some more Edict insurance here. And yes, we've done insurance commercials. We even did, I think one of my favorites was the Jace, Gideon, and Venzer Azorius Law Firm. So they would fight for you with all their little rules and such. And we got that cool footage of that guy saying, our attorneys are on the stack 24 hours a day. And it's just a stack of paperwork. So good times. I have far too many ideas and not enough time. Yeah, there's like this rules text in that one that just goes forever. At this stage of the game, I'm not sure what I want to lose here. We could be running into a system of echoing decay, so that would favor losing the Delver. I'm going to lose this Delver. I know it'll flip. Shoot. Nah, we'll lose the Strix. Dang it. Take a chance. Alrighty. Well, there's no triggers to really make that anything less than tempo. Like, I mean, we're not going to get some prowess trigger off that, so we might as well bounce it right there. And hope our Preordain shows up something good. Yes, we will reveal. And let's try to find something. God, stack is just... Alright, bottom. Sometimes I love when that happens. Oh, man, this is pretty. I'll attack. I'm just going to go for it here. I've got 4 snaps, 4 Vapor Snags, -1, obviously being in the yard right now. We'll make this hit for 8. That way, if some sort of death shenanigans show up in the form of pestilence, it'll at least kill them too. Crossroads is set and ready. It's another problem. Sometimes you run into with some lists that are a little bit more honest. There's so many red lists out there. Everybody's running things like Chimera Crossroads and such, and so the life gain can get there a little bit more than it normally would. In some games that you would probably pull this off. I approve of this message. Says Cooper the Red. Yeah, that's what makes us different, Griffin. So I'd have a problem with that, but they're there for everybody to view. Whoop. All right, let's jump on in here. We've lost to Cooper. We beat Infect, and we W something or other. But we'll go over the list while we wait for hopefully our next victim, as I'm fond of saying. So yeah, this be the list. We got 2 foil with a nice little surprise. Like I said, we're just trying to turn everything sideways and do stuff on our turn. So I don't want to sit back with counter magic, if you're wondering, like, why not? And this goes down to my favorite card in Pauper, Mutagenic Growth. I love these guys, but obviously they're susceptible to a lot of removal. But boy, can they get there. Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, we've got a peak, we've got a Preordain, and we got a creature. We'll keep it. Not the best hand, but if that Delver flips, it'll be good times. Interesting. Yeah, one of my other favorites was the Snuff Out commercial we did. Snuff Out exterminators, like, just home for termites and stuff. My oldest was home from college, and so I was able to have him do the VO read on that one too. Good times. Okay. This is when we're going to want some counter spells because we are running into fog and life gains, so it's not going to look good for us. Yes, we will reveal that. And straight away, we need to find some options here. I really like Peak in this matchup because we won't fall for the Tangle option. If you could bring that up in the chat for newer viewers, I would appreciate it. Tangle's a fog that makes everything go wrong. We'll say bottom here. We'll say top here. We'll play this up. And, no, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Shoot. But I kind of want to keep my tempo of the turn going here. All right, let's just stay honest. Yeah, Tangle, when you're going wide, meaning a lot of creatures going sideways and not all onto one thing, you can really get punished for that. I tend to not like mill lists with Jace's Erasure, but what do I know? Yeah, all they need is a Flaring Pain, though. 2 of them equals 4 because of the flashback. That's so nasty. We don't really have much along the lines of, I'm just thinking end of turn peak. I think I'd rather invest in the Spellfist here. Let's drop it first. Boop. And I'll wait till next turn for our shenanigans because we'll serve double duty. I think it might serve better to peak at the end of turn. In case they do have Tangle, then I'll know what to attack with. Obviously we could do it. We'll just do it. Turn up. Words of Wisdom. I haven't seen that in ages. 2008 was the last time I saw that card being played. Perilous Research is another one that doesn't get played anymore because of its brother in crime, Deadly Dispute. Just a lot better option these days. But if you are going blue, don't forget that gem. Good times. Yeah, one of Spell Slam, our old buddy with his Simic list. If you go to Spell Slam's YouTube page and follow his video and his little description, he's got a little dated list, but I'm sure it still holds up plenty well. And it's a whole tutorial on how to play it. It's like 8 pages. So if you really want to dive deep and this is your style, that's the place for you. One of the friend of our show, like a lot of you are. And if you can, like, subscribe, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. Hopefully we can continue to see our numbers grow. Okay. And if we could get that Pauper Brewfest tournament for the end of August that La Conquista is hosting, I'd appreciate that link again for anybody that has joined the show a little bit late. It's got a whole new ban list. Should be a lot of fun. Okay. So I like this because we can peek here and see if we're headed for Tapsville via Tangle. And then if we are, we'll just play Double Delver and hopefully wait for our counter magic to show up. I mean, at some point we've got to go for it here. Let's see what they've got. Tangle. There it is. Alrighty. Let's play the land. That's the last land we're going to play because now we can hard cast our spell. Okay, I'll play a Delver. Play a Delver. And we'll attack with just this. And I will Piracy Charm it. All right, Chid 3, that's great. Yeah, I know I always confuse people because I guess we're just very unselfish by nature, but I figure what's the point? All right, trying to build a community and a family here. Might as well spread the love. So I'm glad that our pimping out of Chid3's videos and channel did some good last week. So thanks for everybody that subscribed. And if you haven't yet, what are you waiting for? Good times. All right, let's start crossing some stuff off here. Let's try to play a little bit correct magic. We'll say yield to this. Please be an island. Ah, one of our only 2 hard counters. Foil. Yeah, Brewfest does sound fun. Pretty much all the problem cards of, like 2 problem cards of each color have just been nixed, so have at it. Actually, this list might be legal to play in it. I haven't really went over it with a fine-tooth comb, but we'll see. Come on, can we just top deck a hard foil here? That'd be so cool to counter that tangle. We're stuck going into Tapsville here. Come on, baby, flip. Hey, cool, La Conquista. That's nice to hear. I was thinking I've got these funny wigs when it gets colder out. I'm going to make that one of the Twitch things, like you use up so many Pauper points and then I'll have to play with a blonde, like, core missionary looking wig. Or for you old timers, Billy Idol. Alrighty. Let's see. I've got a tangle showing up. 2 accumulated knowledges in the yard. Arcane Denial. We are up against it. All right. The rat. The Delver rat. I call him that because there's nothing secretive about this guy. He shows what you're thinking, what you're planning. Nope. This is like... not when we want to be drawing creatures here. Alrighty. I will attack for this many. I want him to use the tangle here, so I'm actually going to snap my own... well, no. Hey, question for y'all. Does this have the same name if it gets like... if one's flipped and one isn't, and Echoing Decay style stuff happens? This has a different name. I'm not quite sure how the rules work on that. Well, I'm going to snap this because this is a dead card to us. We might as well turn it into some sort of damage, right? Say okay. We'll untap this. And then we'll Vapor Snag our other one for maximum damage. Hey, Cooper the Red. Go, go. I like the enthusiasm. Thank you, friend. All right. A very strange use for Vapor Snag, but hey, I'm trying my best. Let's get him to 1 block damage town, right? Bloop. Here we go. And Tangle shows up. We got no defense there, but now it's gone. There's probably another in their hand. And I do believe Delvers are just going to be better. It's the swarm mentality here. I got a pretty high percentage rate of them flipping, so J101. Bald deck blue. I like it. I should call this the tinfoil hat. The Bald Boys. I've teased that name plenty of times. Come on, let me just top deck our last foil. Well, now they've got fog and counter magic up, so let's see what the rat shows us. He doesn't help us out. The only thing keeping a secret is our ineptitude here. All right, let's go like this. We'll keep that for a foil. There's no sense in dropping that forth anything more than 4 lands here. I'll bring this down. Drop another Spellfist. Just try to keep some pressure on the board. It's very unthreatening at this moment, so it'll probably get through that Arcane Denial. And if it doesn't, we're happy to draw it because we have foil. Foil math. Is this dude bald too? It's hard to get in on this card. Yeah. Yep. Of course he's bald. He's a monk. Yeah. I was at the store the other day getting some gin and tonic. That's another one. We've done 2 of those commercials for Griffin MTG there. We've got the old Gin and Tonic with DJINN, and then a newer one because it was one of our very first ones, and so I I redid it and put a little bit more love into the second one. But that's kind of my drink of choice. But I was at the store, and the young lady asked, she was like, "Are you old enough for this?" And I was like, "Well, that's awfully nice, but I think my haircut is the best ID." It's like, unless bald becomes a style, right? That'd be funny in a couple generations, like kids like anti-hair or something like that. That'd be funny. There's a lot of new cards from our opponents that I haven't seen. I've seen them, but I'm sure a lot of you haven't. I'll leave it up there so you guys can see it. Bald Monk of the Pauper Order. I like it, Pauper Jim. Very cool. Yeah, good times. Yeah, our second commercial break coming up. We've got a little MTG history lesson, as well as our little mystical teachings look into the future segment. All right, let's go. They've got 8 cards. Let's see which one they're going to pitch. If I was running that list, I think I would go for the Cabretti lands over the wilds just for that extra little life gain, but what do I know? All right, let's see what we want to... Gosh, dang it. No. Delver of Secrets is keeping secret that we are not getting very good hands. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's we still have foil math here. He's got that in his hand. God, Tangle just puts such a conundrum on the turn, you know. So yeah, he's got double dice. Let me come over with this, and this. See if that's worthy of a piece. Piece of the pie? Nope. Okay. Sasquatch Tribal. Boarding party rum. That's pretty nice. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You know, we've got the fire and ice combination of Jiraiya's gin. We did. So now we technically have 3 gins, and then God, what was the other one? Yeah, it's very easy to do alcohol ads. All right. Opponents at 3. It still feels like we're losing this one. Keep an eye on our yard. Make sure that second foil doesn't go anywhere. Foiled again. Of course, as the game goes along, we already know they've got the Arcane Denial in hand. The triple of these have shown up. And they got double counter here and ways to find stuff. This is getting brutal. A cider commercial. Yeah, I don't want some mom somewhere. I try to keep it PG friendly, you know, in case kids want to get into Pauper and stuff. And, you know, you see alcohol commercials on TV all the time, but I just don't want to have too many. Longbow cider for those long nights. Yeah, a lot of, in fact, Cooper the Red, somebody was asking, I think it was Griffin MTG. They're like, "Do you know him?" I'm like, dude, he's one of the famous jockeys on one of our commercials. I wish I had that one set up, because it was the hardest edit I've ever done was the Pauper Derby, based on the Kentucky Derby, and we changed all the horses' names. We had all the graphics. My friend Jason Guy Tibbetts of awesome voiceover fame did the voice and just hit it out of the park. I listened to that horse race. Can you find that, Shiraz or Nam? I'd really appreciate the link for anybody that wants to just click on it now. This is kind of a boring matchup. Watch it in the background or whatever. But yeah, it's the Pauper Derby, and Cooper the Red's the infamous jockey, because he came up in the chat just like today with a lot of cool comments from a lot of you, but he came up with one of the coolest lines where he said, "Dead weight," which was the name of a horse. "Dead weight is in dead last." And so that was like one of the lines of copy. But yeah, my friend and VO artist Jason Guy Tibbetts just hit that one out of the park. I couldn't believe the energy he read with. And so when I watched the latest, I don't know, a couple months back, they had him on here in the States, and I was just like, wow, he could put them out of a job. It was that much better. I was really blown away. All right, thank you, Preordain. What's this, the 90th time Delver opted to maybe flip? Let's go find something good. We've got a lot of paint on board, but they've got a lot of counters, folks. I can make them... We'll say bottom. We'll say top. There's not much we can hope for here. Maybe find our foil before it gets milled about. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do that. Say no. Now we'll drop an island. We'll drop this just to showcase how much power we could be doing if fog wasn't across from us, but it is. Oh my goodness. Bottom. Top. Watch, he's got Weather the Storm. Just shut the door on us so hard. Draw. Surprised they're letting us look for all this counter magic that we don't really have. Yes, we want to shuffle. Thanks a lot, deck. For letting us get there. In case they got a bounce spell, let's just come in with 2. It could be an Echoing Truth shenanigans. Who knows? Preordain brand of longbow cider. All right. I think they've got this one. You never know. There's another piece in the yard. If I see the second foil in here, then we will pack it up. Not the kind of list you want to run into. Cheers, cider. I came up with an idea, said Shiraz. Avoid tragic slips. Yeah, there's a really funny tragic slip meme out there. The girl on like some playground swing and she just smashes. That one's like low-hanging fruit. A little too easy, but doesn't mean it's... with language barriers and stuff, sometimes those things are really, just a home run idea. Yeah, Galvanic Blast Breath Mints was another one I spent a lot of time on. But I think the best VO read was probably... had to be one of Little Fight's reads, like Flame Tongue Hot Sauce. I still have people say that to me at Pauper events. Sometimes they'll be like, deal 4 damage to any meal. It's just the most ridiculous line of copy. Hey, cool. We've got a tiny out. We're lying, though. He's probably got Tangle, multiple things here going on. So we'll just attack with... we'll just attack like this. We'll attack if we want to. Can leave Delver behind. There's a ray of hope. We did draw the second foil. I guess we do it now. Act like we've got another like hard one here. There's no real reason to even do this. We'll do this and this. Sure. Boink. Come on, you got to have another fog. Counterspell. We know you got 2 of them in your hand that would work with that. Respite. No. And they gain life. Crunch. All right. For the sake of time here, I'm going to roll to game 2. I'll say fog. So far, so good. All right. Dispel. Come on in, baby. Woo. Man, maybe we can keep them off green. Wouldn't that be funny? Not that we really want to be drawing all that many cards. All right. Snap could help us out, but Vapor Snag sure can't. So we'll get rid of Vapor Snag here. We bring up our little cheat sheet. Piracy Charm. So flexible. Of course, they give blue one of the best charms, right? I like Peek here. Dispel. This is when I wish I had a lot more of you. I don't think critter count's really all that much here. Let's bring in the seas. Let's just try to shut them off of green. That'd be a funny play. Draws us a card, which we kind of don't want to do in this matchup, but I don't really think these are going to be all that great here. Let's go. Yeah, we're just going to go for a Galarium. Sometimes, like I said, always replaces itself, and there's about every 6th game with a Spreading Seas build. You go all in with 4 of them. Sometimes it wins games just because, not that it's some awesome power level, but just a person, they're leaning on their first 7 cards. They've got their access, and then all of a sudden they don't draw any more of it. So, yes, we want to play first for multiple reasons. Hey, that's a pretty aggressive hand. We'll keep it. Really like to see some counter magic show up, but we can wait a few turns. Yo. And here we go. Llanowar Shelves. Pauper Tim, man. You got to email me some of these so I don't forget about them. I'm sitting here trying to read the comments, host, mulligan, etc. Roll the commercials, and some of these good ideas, I don't want them being wasted in the ether. Select Swift Spear Cider. Ooh, that's nice. That's got a nice ring to it. Y'all know I'm a sucker for alliteration. Longbow Cider. All right, all right. What would be... Yeah, well, one of my other favorites was Giga Drowse, the nighttime cold medicine. That was a lot of fun. Okay, let's see what we can see. I better watch my time. I'm being Mr. Blabbermouth here. Yes. Oh, thank you. See, what's secretive about that? Hate that card. Just needs a name change. Like that dirty flying rat. Telling on all his friends. Hey, you know that secret? Look at this. Nothing secretive about it. You need Rent-A-Cop security guard commercial. Prismatic lens. We did prismatic lenses, the eyeglass company. We've done that. For less than a cup of coffee a day, you too could secure from Merfolk Glitters. For corporate accounts, Midnight Guards will stay untapped to crime. I like it. Boy, rattling stuff off. You better be copy-pasting that, sending it to me in text form on pauperganda@gmail.com. If any of you out there come up with a cool idea or whatnot, let me know. Always a good time. All right. That's Preordain. I think we might be able to shut the door on this one if we draw decently. Just because we have one Dispel. All right. I like that. So we'll say, yeah, top. Drop this. Sit back with extra sauce. Here we go. I guess we could always hold control down and dispel our own snap for the win if we get enough prowess mechanics on board, but that's a tale for another day. I doubt it will come to fruition this game. Come on, Spreading Seas. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, is there more security stuff? Yeah, Pauper Tim, please send that to me. The Orange Mitten has spoken. All right, what do we got here? That's fine. Systemic Growth Chamber. Come on, where's our Spreading Seas? Let's shut off the green options. Yeah, I pretty much have that thing all done and all the graphics, but I haven't had the time. Like I said, between the show and I had to give apologies to La Conquista because I was going to commentate and I'm just like, you know what? I just don't have all that much time on the weekends anymore, especially with my schedule and stuff. And so it's good that I've got over 50 custom commercials there to pull from because it might be a while before I can get around to that again. Okay, we've got a wide open door. Let's go see what we can see. Turn on our owl. Do this. We don't like this. We do like this. We'll go like this again. We've got Dispel in hand. That always feels good. We're going to be coming over for 9. That feels pretty good. We'll say bottom. At this point, I don't need that. Bring this over here and attack for 9. Not bad for a blue deck. Sunken City is another option for decks like this. I don't prefer it. I know it got a little love back in the day with like Slither Blade and creatures like that. Ooh, talk about a time I need the robot to show up in the chat, but all right, let's lay off the F6 here and see if we can counter something, but it'll probably be on our turn, which favors the prowess mechanic even more. Hopefully we just win this one and then Spreading Seas ends game 3 in a nice dramatic fashion. That sounds great, Pauper Tim. Like I said, it is, after all, only this bald dude behind the screen and behind all the edits, so a lot of times help is greatly appreciated. All right, well, snap our own dude here for the win. That would be ridiculous. We might just be able to pull this off. Come on over here, unless they've got counter magic. We'll see. Thank you, Shiraz. Alrighty. I'm just getting in honestly here. Got him at 1. Frustration. I don't know if I want to play anything here in case they have Weather the Storm. I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. God, I wish I had something that said bounce an enchantment like Vapor Snag, but it does 1 damage. I've killed so many people with Vapor Snag. That's like the purest way to win a Magic game. I love it. The opponent's at 1 life. They just stabilize. Boing! Blue damage. Oh, okay. You want to call dibs on those? That's fine. I've yet to see anyone else throw their hat in the ring with regards to that, if that's what you're talking about. Let's see what we got. Okay. I just adore this Dispel art. That is so cool. That's the sound it would make. All right, there's one spreading seas. They're onto our plan, Copper. I tell ya. Let's just find that other Dispel, shall we? Let's see if we get a counter spell. Like they would do that, right? I'll give it a try here. We've got a little bit of an out, unless they've got the counter, which they probably do. Or just another fog effect. It'd be so nice to have another Dispel here. But because of all the red decks out there, I don't. Yep, that really hurt. But they're at 1. We'll be all right. Especially once I snag that other, or snap that other Strix here. Play this. Snap the Strix. That's the noise it makes. And we'll play the other one. Bloop. Take that, sucker. We still got 2 attackers. Come on, don't bury our Dispel. Let's go. Dayakuba! I had the honor of losing to this deck last night. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good. We beat Pestilence, Infect, and we're up against Fog now. We lost to really bad draws against Rakdos. Of course, I had a bad keep, too. A lot of that was on me. And they had life gain, so that's always a bad thing. It's pretty common these days with Swiftspear running around, but like I said, I really like this list. All the rules it breaks and such. We'll keep that Delver in hand. They are at 1. Hopefully, opponent's got 4 cards left. If we top deck a foil or a Dispel, we might be able to shut the door here, but with each passing moment, we become more their slave as our graveyard slowly decays. I didn't know you had any editing chops there, Pauper Tim. No. Oh, no, there's one of our Dispels. The second one, unfortunately. You know, I was hoping for a fast stream and we run in a Turbo Fog. The list that always takes 50 minutes. Oh, the foil's down too. All right, we have a foil as our counter magic left to us. Both the spells in the yard. And 2 spreading seas down. We don't have any other outs. We're going to lose to Turbo Fog. There's nothing turbo about it. This should be called slow fog. I've never seen fast fog. I take that back. It gets pretty windy here, Oceanside, and sometimes it can resemble fast fog. All right, well, let's do this just in case of tangle. Oh, cool, Pauper Tim. It'd be nice to actually see somebody else get one a go. I always laugh when people first try out editing. They have no idea usually how much time is involved to do it well. I mean, anybody can just upload something and slap something together. But when you put music, sound effects, mix it, color correct it, do a good amount of graphics and get the pacing and everything right and some effects and stuff, before you know it, it's like, wow, that was like a whole week. By chance, there goes our chance. There goes foil. Does your friend who's done stuff for WOTC know about propaganda? Yeah. Well, that's a whole lot of nothing right now. We don't really need that. I guess we just keep using up this moment's peace and hope that they... Surprised I haven't seen... I'd quit if I saw a really well-timed Weather the Storm, but I don't think they're going that route. It's more of a draw mechanic here. That's fine. Just keep these things back at 1 life. I don't really have to invest too much in the board here. I don't know why I'm hoarding lands, because both our foils are in the yard now. As most of the rest of our deck is about to be 2. There's another one in yard. Let's just give this one to him. I don't want to take 10 minutes to try and top deck something here. Alrighty. Actually, let me roll to MTG history, and we'll be back for the last round right after this.
Magic the Gathering was the first trading card game.
I had this flash of inspiration.
It was revolutionary. It wasn't just creating a new game, it was creating a new category.
Magic was a big risk for Wizards of the Coast.
We should have been a lot more scared than we were.
If Magic the Gathering failed, then we were done.
This is what over 1 million Magic cards looks like.
There was this insane addictive quality to it.
It created a market segment. Stores started popping up just to feed that demand.
I wanted a game where there were things that people loved and hated.
Every day was like Christmas, and it consistently blew my mind.
So the most expensive card, as anyone will tell you, is a Black Lotus.
Richard and I were the great partnership. He brought genius, and I brought luck.
We knew we had lightning in a bottle.
Everything's happening so fast.
Boom, it takes off.
We're like on a rocket ship.
Wow, this really could work. This could be big.
And we're back. Very good hand. Where's this hand been all my life? Let's see what we're going up against. Come on, opponent. It's only 7 cards. Oh, me too, Cooper the Red. One of my favorite lists I call 8 Rat because I run all 4 of them and 4 Unearths, so... apologies for our opponent's slow keep or shove. Who knows? I'm going to give them to the minute mark, and then we'll just... Isn't this fitting, too? Like the one hand we really, really want to keep. Good. I'm glad they showed. I don't know why the huge delay. Alrighty. Looks like our Hydroblast package is going to be greatly needed. No. And okay. I always prefer to lead off with this, the tempo of the turn. That Spellfist comes down, and then you can start the shenanigans the turn that the Looter il-Kor has haste, usually representing about 9+ damage in blue, which is nothing to sneer at. Do you respect the Delver or not? Love me some Danger Mouse, says Shiraz. Yeah, for sure. Slow start from our opponent. Even slower from us, it feels like, unless that Delver flips. I'm sure our stuff's not long for this world. All right, let's see. Delver first. What do you got for us here? No, we don't want to see that. Okay. Boy, Delver's really been fighting us today. We have plenty of fodder for him, that's for sure. How about we make sure it flips, eh? I'm not sure I really want to use this now. Would be nice to make sure that that flips. I'll chance it. Let's make sure it flips, even though we're going to kind of waste a trigger there. All right, let's say bottom here and top here. I'd just rather have this in my hand. We'll leave it up to luck. I'd rather keep that in my hand so that I can protect something. We could have drawn the Delver. I just didn't like that play. We'll put our chance to the wind, whatever that means. Oh, Cooper the Red, I sleeved up your version of Black Sack. Really, really enjoyed it, especially like the Whisper Agents and stuff. That was cool. All right, this is exactly why we like to roll with this. Let's see if it gets countered. I really like to be doing this on our turn, but if you play against this list, treat it like Infect. You don't want me doing this stuff on my turn because of all the little triggers and such. So it's one thing I ask as a designer first a lot of times is that try people's build out first. A lot of times, you know, you can get really like, oh, I build it this way. And it's like, a lot of times you get pleasantly surprised. You're like, oh, wow, check this out, you know. I think like, oh, that needs at least 2 more lands. I play it, and I'm like, I don't know how they got away with it, but the deck seems to work that way. So, yeah, Unexpected Fangs is great. I've always been a fan of the 1-mana version of, what's the Vampiric Link? I've always liked that one. Half the cost. Alrighty. Boy, they've really abused all of our goods here. I'm going to just play this in hopes that we draw into some sort of cantrips here. Blue Blitz. That's what I've always called this list. I thought we had played this like 7 or 8 months ago. It's been like over, I think, almost 2 years. I think because I'm a fan of Infiltrator il-Kor, and I put it in about, I don't know, twice a year into random brews that I've come up with. But, a USA matchup. Oh, no. There's another thing this deck's really weak against. Any sort of ephemerate graveyard locks. In theory, I want to be able to foil the key spell and be doing lethal, but that's not always a thing. Hey, at least they didn't find it. That's rare. Speaking of foil, if we get one more, come on, like a Ponder, a Preordain, anything. Not that. I think I'm just going to go all in here, guys. We're kind of naturally cannonade proof with this hand, being that we've got multiple Spellfists, so I'm just going to invest now, and we will not play an island for the rest of the game, but we do have hard mana foil count here. Even though we've got our opponent on the run, this just doesn't feel like a very good, but you know, Ponder and Preordain, that's why I run 4/4, because we draw that, then all of a sudden it's just this cascade effect. Blue Cascade, that's what I should call it, right? All right. Yeah, Cannonade here is only a 1-for-1, so we don't really worry about that. Yep, I've tried that Paladin 19. I love it. I had a deck called Crypt Gift for a while, which used Gift of Orzhova. It's funny to see a flying rat. What is this? I'll just call it USA, so I know for the sideboard options here. That's a lot of different mana. I don't know if it's worthy of Spreading Seas, but I think I'm going to try it. This is when you just get that embarrassment of riches. We don't see many critters going down, and I don't think I want to be really returning many of them when they do happen, because of, I mean, you could respond to Ephemerate, I guess. So for right now, let's start off with 2 less of those. Do we just keep them off white with Spreading Seas? I want this to be relevant. We'll get rid of our foil plan. Piracy Charm could probably go here. I want to make up quite a bit of room here. We'll bring in both the spells, all of our Hydroblasts. And probably the last one. This feels really good here. We saw Fire Ice, so I'm thinking, I know we're boarding like crazy here. I actually think it's a... Yeah, I'm going to take these guys out. I hate losing those. They're one of my favorite cards, but I'm going to rock like this. And we are just all in here. Let's go. Crunch. Yeah. I wonder if Bruce Lee played Magic. What kind of... He'd probably be all about that hot dogs list, right? Well, hopefully they play a tap land here. Of course, it's going to untap, unfortunately. And we'll keep this. Got all kinds of answers if we can just keep that Delver alive. It's a lot to lean on. I love me some Blessing of Leeches, man. I brew with that card about every 4 months. Every time a new set comes out, I bring it up and I just stare at it and salivate, and I'm like, one of these years, and I do that evil villain laugh. And nobody hears except my neighbors. They're like, what's that bald idiot up to? Yeah, that's probably my favorite. Well, top of the show. I mean, that's in our Propaganda intro song, right? We have the Crypt Rat. Of course, I was trying to make iconic cards, but I've always been partial to it. I love the Visions artwork, too. I'm not going to lead out a Naked Delver. I'm going to Preordain here. Man, I kind of like that. It'd be nice to know what we're up against, right? Yeah, sure. We'll say top. We got plenty of lands. Let's go. Oh boy. Be nice to turn off white for that ephemerate crap, but we'll see what we can do. Alrighty, we'll lead off with this. See if it's still alive next turn. Probably not. We do only have one way of keeping it alive, but we do have a Geist. And depending, I almost hope we can peek here because, not that I'm going to leave them up defenseless. Cleansing Wildfire. Given our embarrassment of riches, I think we're going to stop this. Just to keep them off tempo land. Hopefully they're stuck. We are going after a Spreading Seas plan, and we've got extra, so let's go. Thanks a lot, Delver. No. Okay. At least next turn we'll be able to play this with backup mana, but I want to peek now just in case we fall into another good card. We did. Might as well look at what they got. It's all about the twos. We've got a Fire Ice in their hand. We've got to be wary of that. All right, Delver, it'd be nice if you did something for us. Let's go. Gripsrath has to be the Vision Shakespeare quote. Yeah. Yeah, we got some heat for that. I couldn't believe how offended some people were that I burned white bordered Magic cards on the show. It's like, you know what? Let me save you some time. You probably won't like this channel. Just they're like, I'm going to unsub. I'm like, well, you go ahead because you're going to anyway. And jeez, like the threat of one sub is, oh, I'm sorry. Let me retract everything and apologize to the. It's like, nope, that's my personality. If you don't like it, there's plenty of other channels. Preordain showing up. Man, it'd really be nice to see a Spreading Seas here. Go after that Rustvale Bridge. Oh, no. Now there's two options. Just don't have enough threats out. Come on, flip. Flip, you son of a bitch. Yes. Ah, finally. Woo. Okay. Let's lead off with the big boy. Crunch. And hopefully our opponent just taps out and tries to cannonade or something. Who knows? At least we're representing 4-turn clock here, which isn't the fastest clock, but what are you going to do? Hey, what's this chat pause do to scroll here? What's going on here? All right. I don't know why that happened. Oh yeah, we won that first one. Let's see if we can keep winning. Oh boy, they let us untap. This will be good times. Is it the aforementioned blast? I think if we counter a cannonade here, we're going to have to lean on Hydroblast, being that Dispel is a good option for Ephemerate. A little bit more flexible. Sure. All right. Why are no Brainstorms in my list? I don't have a shuffle effect, and I didn't want to make it all about Delver. When it happens, it happens. And I just didn't enjoy seeing that card all that often. I tried it, believe me. Wasn't a fan. We've already gotten rid of foil, so I might as well keep all of our hardware out. We'll lead off with a Strix here. Feeling pretty good here. Got double counter magic. ways to save stuff. We can even snap an ephemerated critter, save our Dispel for our more shenanigans later. It'd be nice if Spreading Seas showed up, man. It just feels incomplete. We'll put all 4 of them in, and Fade Away is a nice option too against like elves and stuff, but that's tends to, in my history, be a little bit of losing magic. Every once in a while you'll get that aha moment where, you know, you just drop kick elves or something unprepared, but it's pretty rare that they can't untap something for just generous amounts of mana. All right, so we lost to Fog and Rakdos, but beat everybody else. I'm going to go over the list here real quick and any changes we might make, but this is the part of the show where I like to ask... So what did we learn? Well, I learned I really, really like this list. I do think the 2 foils are a really good spot to be. I really like seeing Peak, but not enough to play a full set of them. I kind of wish I just had a magic wand where, I mean, who doesn't, right? To get rid of the Hot Dog Menace, because we really have to go heavy-handed in our sideboard. We got no graveyard. I mean, normally I'd be playing like Fairy Macabres or some way of interacting with a graveyard lock. And I always like to have at least 3 Dispels. We only have 2 in this list. Spreading Seas, we didn't really see it shine here. I've seen it shown many times, but I'm not quite sure if, you know, it's always on that cutesy list of that border of like, do I play this or not? Or, you know, definitely doesn't trip Delver, but helps with everything else. But like I said, the Brainstorm mechanic, I do dig it. I mean, you could always drop 2 of these and 2 of these and just keep 1 charm and then have Brainstorm, but that could be such a depressing card. And I think just for the sake of flipping a Delver, I really lean on the shuffle effects here. And with 17 basics, you might even be able to go down to 16. Not quite sure, especially if you did go with a Brainstorm plan, because you'd be able to adjust your hand all that more, lockability, and etc. So anyway, that's the show, guys. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to roll to a commercial or 3, and we'll be back next week. As always, Saturdays, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shirazaman and Chimpskey, thank you so much for always being there in the chat and helping me out. And to all the rest of you, please like, subscribe, etc. Cooper the Red's in the chat. Go check out his channel. He's got some awesome content. Keeps me company all the time. We've got all kind of Chid 3 from last week. We always like to share the love here at Pauperganda. So anyway, I'll be online all weekend as usual. Probably playing this or maybe Crypt Rats. I don't know. All that chat about Crypt Rats got me thinking. So thanks for joining me, everybody. The list will be in the chat below. Please spread the word, the love, etc. And we'll see you next time as we go out on The Drunken Wizard. Adios.
Magic the Gathering was the first trading card game.
I had this.
Action, please. Action awesome, please.
Just do anything?
No, it's sorry, cut. Yeah, rolling. 102, take 2.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
102, take 3. Action, please.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.